Ooh, that's an oldie. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Cheryl Howard, your empowerment, your inspirational strategist, and a transformational coach. Well, I work with transforming that mindset, that mentality, so you can live your purpose. For those of you who need that, because it does take a mindset, it does take transformation to live on purpose. Good afternoon, everybody. Doing my little quick lunch break again. And I just want to, thanks for joining in, Jordan. This is an action call, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cheryl Howard. Again, I am an inspirational, empowerment, and transformational strategist and coach. The reason why I say strategist is because I like to help implement interventions that will help you live your purpose and reach your goals. So not just asking you questions, but working with you along your side, not only as a cheerleader, but like a coach and a pusher. Basically, I'm your pusher. I'm going to help you. I'm going to push you to do the things you need to do, because I am happy and I have a desire to see other people walk in their greatness and walk in their brilliance and actualize their visions and their dreams, and just experience that fulfillment that you get when you're doing the things that you love to do. And to me, that is the meaning of success. Not making billions of dollars. That's awesome. That's great. We all want to make that. But being happy because you're doing what you love to do. And nothing brings me so much joy when people step into their purpose and they're actualizing their gifts. They tapping into those things inside of them, and to come alongside to see somebody do that and see the change and the transformation in their life. I'm so happy. And I'm like, you know what? I'll plant, somebody else will water, and God will give the increase. So any seeds that I can plant to help you along your journey, that's my call. That's my mandate. So that's what I do. Inspirational, because I'm a Christian-based business. So my interventions are based out of biblical principles. Very important, because God gets all the glory. He gifts us and gives us talents and wisdom and knowledge, and he gives us the power to get wealth. He gives us the power and ability to use whatever he has given us, using what's in our hands. So anyway, so this is an action call for those. This is the last day, actually, for those of you who are have these big goals and they have these desires to do something that they never done before, or they started doing but they feel stuck, and you need somebody to come alongside. I am willing to do that for you. And this is the last day that I'm offering half off of three of my strategy packages. Like I said, strategy and coaching, because I do more than coaching, and I bring that with me from my career as a mental health professional, counselor, trauma focused counselor, digging deep, because a lot of times you have to go to those deep places before you can walk and live your purpose. Sometimes you got to go deep. Sometimes you got to deal with healing. Sometimes you have to deal with unforgiveness and a lot of hidden issues that are really stopping you from moving forward. And sometimes you don't realize that you have those internal issues, which become barriers to your success. So this is what I love to do. And I'm a witness of doing things that bring not only fulfillment to others, but to myself. I love helping people. So I was able in my own journey to find my purpose and my passion. And I'm not finished yet. There's more. As long as we live and we breathe in this world, there's so much discovering about ourselves and about the world. And when we pay attention, we see opportunity again. But that comes with transformation. Thanks for joining in our Nasbir Burr, trying to pronounce it right. So it's so important that we live that life that was ordained for us and have a positive impact on other individuals. Thank you so much for joining in. So those 3 packages, I break down my specialty in 3 areas. Actually, there's like 4, and I'm working on a 4th one. But for the special that I have for the 3 strategy and coaching packages I have, I'm going to start with number 1. The first one is women empowerment. So this one is for women dealing with confidence building, a spirit of sisterhood, godly esteem. I don't want to leave anything out. Coping with challenges and transitions. And some of that is really good if you a person who was married and now you're divorced, or you're single, or being single and getting married. I got you on both ends. I've been married for about 10 years and I've been single after my divorce. So knowing both sides and have experience living being a wife and then being a divorced single mom, I had to deal with adjustments, and I had to learn how to cope through challenges and make great adjustments in my life. Come on, you go from being married and having someone to take care of you to now trying to figure out everything on your own. I got married after the reason why I left my home when I was 22, because I got married. So I didn't live on my own alone, yet I was one who had the principle and the foundation of learning how to hustle and be self-sufficient, but it still was a big adjustment. And I had to transform, and so this coaching package does come with the transformational cognitive transformation as well. But I had to learn to transform my thinking and think positive and surround myself around like-minded individuals to just live this whole new life as a single mom and putting myself in the right circle. So that come along with that package. That is women's empowerment. So full, it's so fortified. There's a lot in that package alone, which also comes with goal attainment, discovering your passions and your purpose, and helping you to get that, helping you to step into the water, helping you to get your feet wet and seeing this big world and the things that God has for you. Thanks for joining in. And so that is the women's empowerment. My next one is hands with a purpose. That is, thank you for joining in, Madeira. I think I said it right, Madeira. Hands with a purpose. That is using what's in your hand. That is utilizing the gifts and talents that's inside of you. Some of you started doing that. Some of you are stuck. You don't know where to start. Some of you haven't really realized all the gifts and talents and abilities that you have. And so you need someone to kind of help you explore and discover those things. And then a part of that package is also learning how to monetize those passions and purposes. I'm a witness to that. Literally almost everything that God has given me to do, I've learned to use that at my advantage. I've learned to use that to be a blessing to other people. Thanks for joining in. And for example, I went to school years ago and got my cosmetology license. So after I went through my divorce, before that I was working in a salon part-time. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to need extra money because it's just me now. So I turned my hair business into a mobile salon where I had clients that would come to my home or either I would go to them. So I learned how to make more money. I had to cut out I hope you still can hear me because I'm having some technical difficulties. But I've learned to cut out not the middleman, but the overhead, basically. Because, you work in a salon, I had to pay 40% of everything that I made. And I'm like, I need that 40% along with the 60%. I need 100% because now I am a single divorced mom and I need to pay these bills. So I've learned to monetize my gifts, my talents. I've even taken my story, not only my divorce story, but just my childhood, things that I've gone through. And I'm not even going to get into them here, but I have other videos. You can find them on YouTube as well. I get Your Life Back Inspirational Life Coaching, where I share my testimony of a lot of trials and tribulations that I've been through, and the homelessness and the divorce and the molestation. I mean, so much. But I have even taken that and turned it into a book because I wanted it to be a blessing to somebody else who have been or who is experiencing things that I have experienced. That became a bestseller on Amazon. I mean, things, even my blogs, they're just so much. And sometimes we need somebody to come along and kind of show us things that we didn't know that existed, or maybe you don't know how to monetize those things that you already have. I've learned one thing I'm big on is, what's the word I'm looking for? Is repurposing things. I go into that with the hands with purpose, but also with the women empowerment package, because I've learned to repurpose things that I've had from the past, things that I've written down, turning it into a book, turning it into a digital product, using it to speak. There's messages, things that come to me that I write down. You never know when you're going to need to use those things again. So I don't throw away everything. And many times I feel I need to hold on to this because I'm not finished with this yet. Papers that I have written in school and college, and they became my topics for speaking. I've learned how to create my own platform for speaking. I mean, there is so much that I want to share for those who don't know. Some of you may know all this stuff already, but there's a lot of people who do not. And so this is what I want to do, is help you live your purpose and help you uncover, tap into your passion and purpose and use it to be a blessing. Use it to supplement your income, or maybe just get income, period. And you may not be aware of a lot of things that is out there that are just waiting for you to show up. There's opportunities that are there, but again, we're going to deal with the mindset. My last package available to you, I didn't mean to go that long, but my last package that I have half off is dealing with building healthy relationships, and it deals with communication. So it's relationship and healthy communication as well, because in order to have a good relationship, we have to improve our communication skills, our ability to communicate well. And I've learned that communication is a learned skill. And let's be honest, a lot of us did not learn that growing up in some of our households. We just didn't have that type of healthy communication where everybody listens to everybody and we try to get an understanding, and everyone takes turn to kind of try to comprehend and become empathic listeners. And many of us did not come from that. So we're learning, and sometimes we learn through our mistakes and our trials. But don't you want to improve your relationships, professional relationships, intimate relationships, familial relationships, so you can have more of a peace of mind? And that's one of the number one things when I talk with couples or individuals who are married or have a significant other, is that one of the things that really hurts their relationship is that they have poor communication. And I talked to someone not so long ago, and she said, if that one thing was better in our marriage, we would be much happier, because that is the one thing. They keep hitting and missing each other. And if you're dealing with someone who's stubborn and they have, and so with that comes healing. Because what I was getting ready to say is sometimes a person becomes very combative because there's a lot of unresolved issues. There's places that need to be healed. So that's why one person may be very defensive all the time, perceiving things differently. Their perception is just negative. No matter how positive you try to approach them, you try to converse with them to get an understanding, their perception is just unhealthy. So, of course, that also deals with transformation. But I just wanted to mention those 3 packages. If you want to know more about them, go to cherylyhoward.com. You can sign up. These specials will be available today, which is the last day. It started from Black Friday, and they're going to end tonight at 12 midnight for half off. So if you need help with the empowering yourself, building up self-esteem and that godly confidence so you can live a more purposeful, meaningful life, get that package. If you need to learn how to monetize your passion and your purpose, you need help with discovering and exploring and getting clarity on what it is you really want to do, because you may have a lot, but you need to start with that one first. And sometimes 2 can work, because a lot of times if they're relatable, they can go hand in hand. For example, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so another way I've learned how to monetize what I have, my talent, was not only did I do hair, but I started making my own product line. And so that goes hand in hand. So I'm not only doing hair, but now I'm making and selling natural and organic products. So sometimes you can do 2 things at one time, but you never want to do too many. Now, there's a lot of things I have done, but understand I didn't do them all at one time. I did one thing, and I might have ended for a season, or I may have to put that off. But let me tell you, I learned to be a hustler. I grew up in the projects where there's a whole lot of stuff going on that was just negative. However, one thing I've learned is how to be a hustler. Because, folks around me was doing things illegal doing illegal things to make money. They were engaged in illegal activity. But from that experience, I learned how to hustle. I learned how to think of things I can do to make money. And I'm talking about, and everything wasn't bad. People were selling cakes, having some of you know about those chicken sandwiches that taste real good. Those fried quarter leg chicken pieces on some soft Wonder Bread. Let me tell you, I knew some folks, some women in the building and couples and families. They will make so much money selling dinners, but all of that stayed with me. So I have a spirit of learning how to survive and not giving up and trying to find a way and become solution focused. Like, how can I cope and make it through this? So even things like that, see, I've learned to use that to help somebody else. And that's what I'm saying. So again, that's dealing with changing the mindset and seeing things differently, looking at it from a positive aspect. I am one to see the glass half full. That's been me. And I think I need to have that type of attitude. If I'm trying to help somebody else enhance their quality of life, I need to be a positive person. And because I have lived that way all of my life, I understand that type of mentality. Very helpful. So those are the 3 packages. So if you need help with any of those things, some of you have 2017 goals. As I always say, I'm not a New Year's resolution person, but I believe in going after your goals, writing things down, and walking you through the steps to achieve each of those goals, whatever those goals are, whether they're relationship, family oriented, like I said, your career, your business, whatever it is that you need help with, I come along and help you as an inspirational, empowerment, and transformational strategist. And so I'm happy to offer that to you now at half off. Just go to cherylyhoward.com and you get to see each and every one of them. And even if you're not ready for all of that yet, sign up with me so you can thanks for joining in. You can keep up to date with events that I'm having when I'm going live, which is on my website, when I'm going live. And then I have a talk show on Facebook Live on Thursdays. And the month of November was focused on building healthy relationships and improving communication so we can have those better relationships. Next month, I'm still trying to decide what we're going to be discussing in December. I may do one more show on Thursday about relationships, or 2, because of the holiday that we had. I didn't come on last Thursday, and the Thursday before that, I think I was out of town, so I didn't really get a chance to come on live on Facebook Live. My Facebook Live page is cherylyhoward.getyourlifeback on Facebook. So if you find cherylyhoward.getyourlifeback, that is my page for my coaching and my strategies and everything. So I think I covered everything I really wanted to cover. Again, I just look forward to helping somebody, connecting with someone. I'm excited now because I'm going to be helping somebody with getting their book published. I'm so excited about that. I'm like, wow. I remember going through the whole process, and I found a affordable way, really a free way, to publish my book, as I said, and I became a best-selling author. Never thought I'd be able to do that. Not saying I didn't have it in me, but it just seemed like it was like, the whole process seemed so long and daunting. But when the season came for me to launch, I did, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing. I have witnesses, and I'm happy. So I'm so happy to help somebody else do that as well. This is the second person I will be helping with that. So I only have room. I forgot to mention this part. I only have room for 3 people because I want to bring quality services to whoever I'm helping. So I'm not going to take on a whole lot of people and overwhelm myself, and then you be unhappy and then I'll be unhappy. That's not great. So I'm willing to work with 3 people at a time. So for 3 people for 3 months, and then I start a whole new rotation of 3 more people. Unless you want to continue to work with me, that is fine. Again, go to my website, cherylyhoward.com. Connect with me, submit your information, your email, your telephone number, so I can contact you. Give me 24 to 36 hours to get back in touch with you to respond. Email, I'll probably respond to you quicker, but we need to set up a discovery call where we can talk, and that is free. And I do have that as well. I have free 30-minute discovery exploration sessions, and I also have 30-minute free power chats where I kind of come and push you and try to get some fire under your feet so you can just get, sometimes we just need to be pumped up. We need to be encouraged. Thanks for joining in. We need to be encouraged to do the things that we need to do, because there's a lot of things that happen in life where we get discouraged and we're like, I don't know if I can do this. This is just too much for me. But to hear that person come along and come along our side and encourage us, thank you for the hearts. You can do this. I'm going to help you. Or even I'm going to pray for you. You're going to be all right. And they even see into you. They see what you have, and they are committed to helping you actualize that thing. Sometimes that's all we need. And it has helped me many times. So I'm so glad that I have a circle of great people in my life. And a lot of us need to do that. We don't have that. We don't have that support. You need to learn how to create your own community. There's a way to do that too. There's a way to delete the negative relationships, and there's a way to open yourself up for great new positive relationships. This life is short, so we got a lot to do, and I need you to stop sitting on your gifts and talents, and I need you to get out there and live your purpose. Thanks for joining in. I need you to get out there and live your purpose. Touch lives of other people. Be that example for your family. It made me feel so great when my daughter calls me her role model. And that was one of my prayers for so long. Lord, please let me be an example for my daughter, even after the divorce and living single. The main person I wanted to influence and impact positively was my daughter. Seeing, even though I had dropped out of school and I went back to school, and she saw all of that, and I was able to help her with school when she was going through transitioning from elementary to junior high, because now I'm in school. And it just felt so great. But to hear her say that today as a young woman who was in her last semester of college, and she puts it all on social media, calling me her queen and her role model, that means, to me, that's success. That is success. And I'm so happy about that, and so grateful and so humble. And because that was one of my main prayer, is that I don't only do it for myself, but I have to do this for my daughter. I wanted her to have that fight in her and know what it is to cope through transitions again, like I said, and when times are hard and rough. And one thing I used to always tell her, I said, this is going to make you strong. You're going to know how to survive. You're going to know how to hustle. You're not just going to sit there and go, woe is me. You may go there for a minute, but you're going to understand that God is with you, and there's more, that He has much for you, and life is not over. You need time to grieve whatever you got to go through, and then sit there and then pray and just, think positive about things. And she's like that. I'm like, you know what? That was one of the things that I did right. And so sometimes you got to pat ourselves on the back. There's nothing wrong with encouraging yourself and acknowledging the good things that you have done. Again, healthy mindset have nothing to do with bragging or boasting. It has to do with being grateful and encouraging yourself and being happy for your successes. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference between being conceited or being, bragging and boasting about things in a vain sense. But just to know where you came from, the things that you have achieved and overcome. Thanks for joining in. There's nothing wrong. You have to encourage yourself, because sometimes you can't wait for other people to do it. Sometimes you have to say, Cheryl, I talk to myself, Cheryl, you did all right with that. You did all right, girl. Hey, this many times I had to go through some storms by myself. I had to be my best friend. I really did. And I have a whole scope about that too, being your own best friend, and also a podcast. Anyway, let me get off this thing, because I'm just starting to ramble. But anyway, you have a blessed afternoon. Let me see. Today's Wednesday. I'm supposed to be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow. So don't forget to go to cherylyhoward.getyourlifeback. And I usually do it around the evening time, because during the day I am working with clients in my career, but I also have my own thing on the side. So again, talking about that little side hustle thing going on until some of us have dreams of making it full time. That's a process as well. Anyway, have a good afternoon. Thanks. I thank everybody for joining in, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. God bless.